Morning, friends. It's Nancy, and it's Thursday. It's Friday Eve. I got a new order the other day from scrapbook.com. One of the things I got was this Sam Poole stencil that I have been coveting. And I'm still working on French Blue. So this is just a piece of some kind of paper. And I want to put some texture paste there. Let's tape it down first. Can't get the tape started. So, a couple things going on here. I have decided for the first year I am going to do the 100-day project, and it starts on the 18th. So, week and a half, I guess. What's today? I think today's the 9th. No, today's the 8th. So 10 days. My hands are still asleep. I'll move my coffee cup a bit. And I think I've come up with a plan of what I want to do. In fact, I might have two 100-day projects going on, or I'll have two projects that I'll flip back and forth between them, because of course I'm going to be away for a bit on my vacation. So I won't have my craft stuff around me. So someone, and I should have looked this up before I turned on the camera, suggested with all of my dryer sheet projects, I should make a snippet roll. So I've been looking on Pinterest for some inspiration, and so I'm gonna get ready to do that and get myself together a little pack to take with me on holiday. So that's going to involve some slow stitching and embellishment, and maybe I'll aim to do a couple inches a day, 2 inches a day. And it's going to be oh, at least this is how I imagine it in my brain. Okay, I think that's the way I want it. It's going to have embroidery and beading and appliques and all that good stuff. Oh yeah, I like how you look. Okay, I gotta go clean some stuff here. All right, now, the next thing I want to do is cut this page down. I'm going to take a ½ an inch from each end to make it 11 inches tall. And still keep everything centered, if that makes any sense at all. So I've got the 5.5 inch mark going that away. Because I have a thing about symmetry. Looks good. Anyway. For the other project, I am going to use one piece of antique ephemera to make a something. So I have a box here when I find something new or I take something out of one of my binders and think I'm going to use it, and then I chuck it in the box and I keep thinking I gotta put all this stuff away and I haven't put it away yet. So maybe I'll just work through it, use it. So that's my plan. All right, so I want this to be 7.5 inches wide. So I guess I'm gonna put my 3 3/4 there. That's 4 3/4, Nancy. Let's get 3 3/4. 2. Let me think about this for a minute. No, I'm going to cut it 8 inches wide. Put the 4 on that line. This paper came from a really inexpensive paper pack from, I'm going to say Joann's. So if you have never heard of the 100-Day Project before, I will link below some information. Maybe I'll talk more about it on Sunday. Maybe by then I'll have my pack together of what I'm going to take with me on holiday. Okay, so I want this to be more or less folded in thirds, in which case I should have made it 7 3/4. But that's okay. Let me get my thinger-doober here. When I say finger-doober, I mean scoreboard. I might need to trim a little off. So I'm going to cut, or not cut, but I'm going to do 2 5/8 and then 1 2 5 1/4, I guess. don't trust my math. So 2 5/8 would be I'm going to do 5 3/8. Okay. Now I'm going to make this into a trifold. Not bad. So my plan here is I want to make this into a belly band. And on the inside, well, on the inside we need to do some coloring. Let me grab a stencil. Okay. I got this set. I think I got this at Goodwill. Oh, Value Village. I've never used it. Got to take not the staple remover. Huh. My good staple remover's gone. Again. Why aren't you coming out? I have a terrible story to tell you, and I'm probably going to tell it wrong. But I think it's important to share this because you know, when you hear about scams and you think, how can people be so dumb to fall for that? Like, it's clearly a scam. So yeah, that happens. So as you know, I believe I've told you, my oldest nephew is a basketball coach for the Oxford Blues in England. And on the weekend, No, I guess it wasn't the weekend. Early this week, his middle son, oof, he's got to be 25, I guess. I can't remember how old the kids are anymore. Flew over to have a little visit with his dad. And I think they're going to Paris today, maybe? Did we decide it was Hickory Smoke we liked? It wasn't Lost Shadow. Oh. Maybe I do want pink. Well, I might go back and do some pink, just sort of where the roses are. Anyway, yesterday afternoon, my mother gets a phone call from Taylor saying he had been in a car accident, that he's been arrested, and he needs her help. So somebody had put him in touch with an OPP officer who has experience in these sorts of situations, and he could give her the instructions that she needed to follow through on this. So, and that this is where I kind of lose the plot, I guess. But she swore it was him. It was his voice calling. And she said, "Why didn't you call your dad?" And he said, "'Cause I knew you would answer the phone." Well, yeah, that makes sense. So she called me to ask me, and the instructions were she was to withdraw $9,800 from the bank, call the police officer, and go to the courthouse and pay this to a trustee at the courthouse. And I said, let me look into it. It sounded fishy, but at the same time, it wasn't go get $10,000 worth of Amazon gift cards or Apple cards or whatever, which is what you hear from a lot of those scams. So immediately started making some phone calls, and by the time I was calling my nephew, I was calling my great nephew, neither of them were answering. And then I found out later the reason they're not answering is because they were at a basketball game. But I finally reached them and determined that yes, everything was fine. He hadn't been arrested. He hadn't been in an accident. All was well. But my mom could have swore up and down it was Taylor's voice. So it's interesting that, you know, they could use AI, I guess, to reproduce somebody's voice. I see it on TV all the time. It's just weird that it could be, you know, somebody who's not like a celebrity or something. Okay. I don't have another brushy brush to do pink. This is when I need one of those mini Tim Holtz fingers, don't I? What if I use like a paintbrush? Does that sound weird? Well, no weirder than anything else I do, I guess. I'm just kind of looking for the suggestion of pink more than a full-on pink. And of course, it would be social media that they would get all that information that he was in England. And clearly this was somebody in the province, because somebody was going to meet her at the courthouse. And the phone numbers were all, well, I guess you could fake a phone number. One was a Toronto number, 416, I think. And this alleged police officer gave his name and his badge number. Now, I have a friend who's... Oh, he's singing again. I was gonna let it go, but it was starting to turn dirty, so. I hope this is gonna turn out okay. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be mad. But I did a little looking, and there has been arrests in Ontario for scams like this. So by the time I talked to my mom again, she had already reported the incident to the local police, and hopefully they will follow up on it. Yeah. And you know, I was talking to her on the phone. I'm like, no, this is a scam. This is a scam. But there was still a part of me was like, what if it's true? And I started, you know, analyzing. Okay, how I've got resources. I can check this out. I mean, like I said, I had, or maybe I didn't finish saying, I have a friend whose husband is in the OPP. He could have possibly looked into the name and badge number of this alleged OPP officer. I couldn't completely, in my own head, rule this all out, that it was absolutely someone trying to take advantage of people. So just so you know. And there are people that have fallen for it and do fall for it, and those are the same people that forward you email, forward emails that say, you know, Bill Gates is going to send you a check for $5,000 if you forward this email 20 times or whatever. Ooh, well, don't I like that? That turned out right sharp. I was going to use this as a scrap paper to ink the edges with, but I think I'll do it this way. And it's, you know, vulnerable people who, you know, might not have a lot of experience or comfort with technologies and yeah, I do like that. Lots of ink in here. Okay. Now, I want to make some pockets. And I want to put like a little notepad here. So maybe I'll start with that. Let me grab some paper. Okay, got some papers here. So I've got some cut aparts from the kit, or the paper pack. Gosh, that seems bright, doesn't it? I don't know. Let's see if I can ink this and if that improves anything. That's better. I'm going to add some gussets to that piece so that there's room to actually, you know, stick things down there. Just looking for a piece of paper. My kingdom for a piece of paper. You'd think, with all the stuff I'm surrounded with right now, oh, I got an idea. I've got this envelope that I had in my Take Out the Trash Tuesday for next week. So I'm just going to cut off 1/2 inch strips from the folded edge. Maybe I'll do a little circle. Little. I'm not concerned at all that these are going to show, because I'm just going to put it in just a fraction inside that edge. And I'm going to cut some little slots there, and I'm going to find my glue. Here's my glue. Did I ink the wrong side? I have. Okay. I suspect I'm still got that scam on my brain that the $9,800 is a very specifically chosen amount, because I believe that if you'd withdraw $10,000 from a bank, they have to ask you why. I think that's true. And if you enter a country with more than $10,000, well, it's not allowed. Okay. I don't think there is an up or down. Oh. No, I'm not sure. Oh, just do it. And if there is any reason to change it, I can just leave it out. Use it somewhere else. Okay. Trying to figure out what I'll put in there as a tag. Like I could do a hunk of paper. Should I do another pocket? No. How long is this? Oh my gosh, you're taking forever, girl. I'll do something longer for a tag, I think. I do have I don't know if this will fit. Yeah, that'll fit. I think I'd want to use something a little, oh. Not really. What if I cut that down? That could be just the ticket. Ruler. So this was about 2, well, I'm gonna do 2 1/4. This was a page from a magazine that was falling apart, so I put it on some, looks like file folder. Okay. So frustrating when I know it's not straight and it's just a hair off. And look, I wrecked it again. Did that work? Yep. Get some corners around it here. And I think we need a little bit of lace or something at the top. Nope. You think that would be okay? I think I'll do a little bit of ink first. can hardly see the difference that this ink makes, but it really does help blend it into the pastel background. Okay. Oh, it's just a little piece of paper stuck there. I am going to glue this on the back, and then I'm going to stitch around the whole tag. And then I'll trim off anything that's hanging over. Okay. Pardon me while I sew. I also need to get a refill on my coffee. Well, it didn't turn out as cute as I thought it would, so I'm going to put that there, and then a button on top. I can even do a bigger button maybe. As long as it's not too heavy or thick. Ooh, look at that grubby one. This isn't supposed to be grubby. Nice. It's handy to have these little bits of lace. I don't know if I still have any in my store or not. My little Etsy shop. It's possible, but I'm not sure. But I mean, you can pick up doilies. Maybe you've got some in your closet you're never going to use. And just cut them apart. I like it, but it's a little heavy. Maybe I'll use this. I have blue and I have this dark gray embroidery floss. It's sticking to me. Oh, it's not floss. It's a piece of some kind of thread. Well, we'll see if it goes through. That's not going to go through that hole. think about how I was going to do this. And all right. All right, I'm going to get some paper for this. This is some inside page from an encyclopedia. This other thing yesterday. I don't know if this... No. I got this decal edge trimmer yesterday, also from scrapbook.com. I haven't used it yet. Oh my heck. I can't find anything here. Again. Okay, I'm going to put you right up there. Oh my gosh. Because I'm recording? I'm telling you, a man's gonna drive me to drink. Okay, I'm gonna decal cut the bottom. Oh, there you go. I'm just sort of creating a waterfall effect here. Okay. It's noisy, but it's easy and fun. Oh, I got it go upside down. I think I'll staple that. All right. This is another cut apart from the paper. I also thought about putting one of these on top. Yeah. Yep, that's gonna work. I need to ink it first. All right, well, there's always an options here. I can put some more pockets in or tuck spots, but ultimately this is what it's going to look like on the page. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. It was good to do some crafting. I haven't done any crafting since Monday morning. Can't go that long without a little bit of craft. I have this little resin thing. Anyway, that's it for today. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.